Do you get the joke? Get it? Because it's the musical artist, The Weeknd, but he's dressed as Wednesday from the Addams Family. And here at Addams, we're still a family, even when we're not seeing each other at school every day. It's bad. It's a really bad meme and a joke. But if I don't do something to embarrass myself for you, I'm not really doing my job. So that is my joke for today. So let's keep moving and let's move on to science. Hopefully save this video. All right. So it is the 8th day of April. It is the 8th day that we are working on astronomy and focusing on seasons still. So our agenda and outline for today is as follows. We are going to review the journal you guys did yesterday. You are going to complete a new journal today, and you are going to complete your work on the seasons in 3D Gizmo. You are going to be recording information in your ClassKick and completing pages 10 through 12. Yesterday, I kind of put in like a halfway stopping point. So for those that completed the Gizmo, you can follow along or know that like you worked ahead. Your reward for doing that is that just check over your answers and make sure your work's complete. Okay. So for everybody really quick, the journal review, we're going to go backwards to yesterday. So it says, it is the first day of summer in Chicago. What can you conclude? Select all that apply. In the corner, it tells you that this journal is worth 5 points. So that would mean that you need to have 5 answers selected. Okay. So survey says, if I think about what this could mean, I would select that the sun's path is high in the sky if it's the first day of summer. I would also select if the sun's rays are strong and strike the earth most directly because it's the first day of summer. The first day of summer in Chicago, that also means that there's going to be more hours of daylight causing Earth's surface to heat up more, which we feel the effects of because of the temperatures that we get. The first day of summer in Chicago, the date is going to be June 21st. A couple of you mixed it up with spring. So remember, there's 4 specific dates for the 4 specific seasons, and those are all in relation as to how and where Earth is located to the sun. All right, so moving on, and because we live in Chicago, we are in the Northern Hemisphere, you should have selected that the Northern Hemisphere is actually tilted towards the sun. That tilting towards the sun is actually what causes all these other things to happen, the strong rays, the more hours of sunlight, and then where the sun's path is in the sky. Today's journal is somewhat similar, but I'm going to have you flip your thinking slightly. So this question for today's is going to be, it is the first day of winter in Chicago. What can you conclude? So think about what we just discussed about summer and how could those options change when we're thinking about a new season in Chicago. Okay, so you're going to select all that apply for today. Once your journal is done, we're going to go back to our unit question for what causes the seasons by working on our Gizmo today and answering our questions in ClassKick. Okay, there was a halfway marker here on page 11, so the rest of this video is going to kind of show and walk through the rest of page 11 and 12. Okay, so let's do a quick check-in. All right, in your ClassKick, if and when you open up, you're going to notice that it wants you to change the latitude to -42 in the description plane. Go to the 2D view, set the date to June 21st, and push play. All right, so if I go to my description tab, I want my latitude to be a -42.0 degrees. So make sure you either drag the bar or you can type in the data yourself. You want to make sure that you are in the 2D view. We want to make sure that we are now in June 21st. Perfect. We want to be facing north now. That's a change from yesterday. So if and when I push play, I'm going to wait for the time to go in the corner. Boom. Okay. So from there, I want to see, you know, what I'm looking at. And then from there, you're going to go back and answer some questions in your ClassKick. And that's going to wrap up page 11. All right. Page 12, if I can get this to load, perfect, is going to be talking about solar intensity. So solar intensity is basically going to be talking about how much we're getting from the sun, and we're going to kind of set up a graph that's going to go to that. So we want to now change our description to have our latitude be in the +42 degrees. So we're going to go back to our description tab. We're going to alter our latitude, so that way now our 42 degrees is positive. Once we've done that, we're going to go to our graph view. If I were to check back on my ClassKick, let's see, my next set of directions is going to actually have me answer a couple questions about the temperature in Schaumburg during summer and winter. You can Google it if you're not sure. You are going to then go on to the day graph version and make sure that your screen is set up to look just like what you see in your class kick. You are going to select graph. You are going to set the date to March 21st. That is the spring equinox, and you're going to click play and pause before the 24 hours pass. So we're going to go, and that tells us, oops, sorry, got my little cheat sheets here. We're going to drag it over to March 21st. Oop, click and drag, March 21st. Perfect. All right. So I've got all this going. I'm going to push play. I'm going to notice what happens to my graph. Okay, so we've got a peak. It looks like it's going up. The intensity goes up and then drops down. Okay, so if I push pause, I can notice that there is this drive in the graph. Something that may be confusing. So this is going to show one day. One day it's 24 hours. So that 12 mark would be about noon to help you out. You are going to be going through and you're going to be answering questions in your class kick about what you see on that graph. Okay. The bottom part, you're going to be completing another data table. What you're going to be doing is recording the intensity at noon, and then you're going to record the times that of the sunrise and the sunset. So sunrise would be when it starts to increase. Sunset would be when it decreases. So basically, as it returns to zero. For example, I could see that at about 6 hours in on the day, that's when the sun starts to rise, that at noon, the sun is at its highest point and is giving off the most solar intensity. And then if I were to drop it down about 18 hours into the day, that would be about the time that the sun would be setting. For those that don't know, it's military time. So if it's, say, 18, you would just simply do 24 minus 18 to figure out what time of day that would be. All right. The rest of the class kick, you're going to basically be changing the dates. Remember to toggle on the bottom. You need to reset and you need to match up the dates that you see on your class kick. So June 21st, you're going to be dragging and dropping, and you're going to continue through on that. And you're just going to see like if and how things change, like the amount of time. You guys might notice some drastic differences. You're going to be recording your information on the graph on class kick and then answering a couple of questions on the bottom. That is going to wrap up your class kick pages for the lab. All right, so today's quote is, I guess it's a pretty simple one. It's more of just a suggestion for you guys. Find something and just be awesome at it today. Waiting for the screen. There we go. So I got my fabulous 80s glasses. Be awesome today. Find or do something that either makes you smile and laugh or someone in your family smile and laugh. Being positive, even for just little moments, those moments get stored into your brain and all these other things, they start firing off, and it's a good way to just keep things lighthearted. It could be sending a text message to a friend knowing they're going to smile. It could be emailing like your favorite teacher, or it could just be going outside. I know Mr. Bingen had sent out his memo to draw out on your sidewalks with chalk, or if you don't have that, to put up signs or something in your house to share happiness with people around you. Take pictures of what you're doing and then send it in to Mrs. Robinson. She's going to put those up on Instagram. So if you get a chance, just do something to be awesome today. Have a great one. Again, email me if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, and know that I'm always here for you. Have a great Wednesday, guys.